Hey guys, I'm back. Would you believe it? It's been my last video journal was January, and we are now in September. It's been a long time. I let a couple things get in my way from stopping me to do the videos, but I am back, and I want to share what has been happening in my life from January to now. I'm going to try and do it in little snippets. Probably for the next week, I'm going to give you probably a video a day just so that I can catch up on what's been going on with my life. Huge things have been happening. God has just turned my life upside down, and I just want to share what God has been doing. First, I wanted to share a huge testimony, what happened to me just before I went on my Dominican trip. I tried to make the video to share it, and it ended up being too long. So I'm going to try to condense as possible to try to get this testimony out to you guys in a small version. So just before I went on, 2 days before I went on my missions trip, I was told from my student dean that I wasn't getting any money from OSAP. Because I had changed my program, and they told me that because I changed my program that I wasn't getting any money for my tuition or for my living costs, and I actually had to pay back $4,000 to them. So that was a huge blow to me. In saying that, I had a bunch of different emotions during that time. But I went home that day, called my mom, and she was like, "What?" And I'm like, "Don't worry, Mom. God is going to take care of me." So that very next day, I had some friends pray with me. And that day in the afternoon, my afternoon class, I had an envelope on my chair the very next day. So this is the Friday before we were about to leave on our missions trip on the Saturday. And I had an envelope on my chair, and it said AWeir on it, and it said open up after class. So after class, I went by myself down to the hub, and I opened up this envelope and just opened it, and there flashed money. And I didn't even count the money at the time. It just was the fact that there was money in an envelope, and I closed it and just started to cry because I knew God was providing for me in that moment. And then I had friends come by, and we opened up and we cried together. We ended up opening up this envelope, and there was a letter inside. No name on it. I still to this day do not know who this was from. The letter said, this is not a loan. It bears no interest. It's pure just blessings of the Lord. And would you believe in that envelope was $5,000 in $100 bills? $5,000 in $100 bills. This just shows you that, and I still don't know who it's from, but this just shows you how God can come through for you. I had full faith and trust that He was going to see me through this. It didn't matter. I didn't even know how I was going to pay my bills. I didn't even know how I was going to take care of my daughters, but He came through for me. And I said that to people. I said, you know what? I did a lot of crying. A lot of people prayed for me, but I still had faith that, you know what, I was leaving in a day for my mission trip. I still had faith that God was going to see me through it. And He showed up in a big way. And not only did this one thing bless me that day, but it blessed so many others around me. My mom, I went straight to my mom's house after, and I gave her the envelope, and I said, "Mom, what did I say to you yesterday?" And she was like, "What, that God was going to provide for your OSAP?" And I'm like, "Yeah. And look what was on my chair at school today." And she opened up the envelope, and she started to bawl. And then I took the cash to the bank, and I said to the teller, "Can I just tell you a story? Can I just tell you a testimony from my day today?" And I told her, and the teller started to cry. And she called more tellers over, and she said, "Tell them the story." She's like, "You know what? We hear about these things happening, but you never get to see it firsthand," because I literally brought the envelope with the letter in it. So that is just a testimony of what God did in my life. Literally just before we were about to go on a missions trip, and you know what, this the trouble and the trial came, and God see me through it. So I just wanted to encourage you guys today to just keep your full faith and trust in Him. His timing is impeccable. And when I say impeccable, I mean impeccable. You could want something now, but God's timing is so precise, and He will show up just when you need Him. Just keep the faith alive, trust and obey Him, and He will see you through. So that's just a quick testimony for you guys right now. I'm going to give you a video every day until I can catch up what's been happening in my life. I have so much to share with you guys. So if you like the video, please subscribe and hit the bell notification button on the bottom, and like the video, guys. I hope to see you soon. Thanks for joining. Bye.